In this video, we will be discussing the content security feature of Oracle Knowledge Advanced. For the purposes of this demonstration, we have defined two different user groups, user types. The public, who access content without any login, and we've defined an agent tier 1 type of user who is going to be able to access the content after a particular login. So this browser gives us what's called the customer portal of Oracle's Service Cloud application, and in the customer portal is the customer-facing, the user-facing, consumer-facing portion of this application that allows the user to interact with the content as the content consumer. This is the login that is for public. There's no login. It's just everything that is available here is available publicly. Whereas for the second part, we are going to have a user who is defined internally as a tier 1 agent. So just without even getting into search, just by kind of browsing the knowledge base, you're going to see that there are certain articles that are available publicly, and are certain articles that are available only to tier 1 agents. So you can see, for instance, that there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 articles in here that are designed for that are given access to a tier 1 agent, whereas for public there are only 2, 4, 6 articles. So this differential is defined by assigning articles a particular tag that says this article is available only for tier 1 agents, for instance. As I said, for this demo, we have only two-way distinction between public non-logged in and tier 1 agents, but in reality, with this application, you can have quite a few number of these different groups defined for you. It's 140 plus different groups you can identify as having distinct security needs and having distinct sets of documents that they should be able to have access to that others cannot. So the basic idea here is for any given one of these articles, if there's no specification whether they're just available publicly, but as you want to make an article specific to a specific group of people, you assign a piece of metadata to the article that the system understands as only available to those who have been enabled with respect to that metadata. It's called user group internally. So similar process that's going to take place when we do search. So under search, let's just say printer here. We find that if you just kind of limit the solutions, because this has been these articles have been creating in the solutions content type, you can see that these articles have been are being returned as search results, whereas the same kind of search that takes place for a logged in user returns more results. Again, limiting it to the solutions, you will find out there are more articles in here that are not available to the public. So let's put them side by side this way. And so like performing printhead cleaning is not available for the public. It is only available for the tier 1 agents. Another aspect of this is if you go into certain articles for the public, for the public, there, let's say only like 2 pieces of information is in here, 2 or 3 pieces. That's the problem, the symptoms, and the resolution. Whereas if you look at the same article as a tier 1 agent, you may have one more item in here, which is the internal notes. The internal notes item would be intended for essentially the agents. And because this particular field that we have in the template of the document template is only available for the tier one agents or anybody who has access to tier one agent content, that is kept away from the public. So this way you can actually pack in more information into an article, and actually make the same article available to both audiences, but make the pieces of information that you want to keep away from the certain kinds of users by putting them in a certain field, or even assigning certain attributes to that span of text in the application. This takes away the need to create the same article multiple times, one for public consumption, let's say, and one for let's say internal use. Same article would be available for both, except there will be pieces of that article that will be available only for internal use.